Now we need to add content to our blog. So we start with pages. When choosing any template in Systemeio, you will get several pages and posts immediately created for you. But of course, you will need to customize the pages to your convenience. It really depends on the type of content that you want in your blog. Usually, the most common pages that everyone has on their blog are this right here. So the homepage, of course, that's your main page and the first page that your visitors will see, the post list page, where users present the post that they've created, the contact page, where you would put all the information required to reach you or your team, and the about page, which is where you would talk about yourself, your business, and your story. If we go into our three dot menu here, you'll see we have many options for each page. First of all, we can click on the view button in order to see the page. So if we click here, we'll see the about page that was created by default. Then we can edit the page. So if we click here, we can access the editor of the page where you can remove, add, and customize the elements as you please. The editor, as you can see, is very similar to our funnels editor, where you can just drag and drop whatever you need. You can also duplicate the page by clicking here. So you will get an exact copy of the page. We also have the option don't use block layout. So we would click on this one and confirm. Then the elements that we have on the block layout, remember these are the elements that are shown across all blog pages, will not be shown here. Now let's see what that looks like. So if we visit the page, we no longer see the menu or the footer. And that is because we decided not to use the block layout for this page. Then we have the settings button. Here you can change the name of your page and also customize the link to the page. So here you can change the URL path to one that best describes the page that you're editing. Finally, we have the option to remove it. So you would just click here and confirm if you wanted to remove the page from your page list. Now let's take a look at the contacts page. So the contact page always has a form where you can send a message to the owner of the blog. And there's actually a special element for this. When we go into the editor page, we'll find here the contact us element, and this is the one that you would use in order to give your blog visitors the possibility to contact you. You will receive these messages in the mailbox of the email that you used for your account. And now let's take a look at the homepage. Usually this is the first page of your blog, so you might want to summarize here what your visitors can expect from your blog. And finally, we have the post list page, which is exactly what it sounds like. Here we can find all the posts that you've created in their respective categories. You can customize this page to show all categories or only specific categories. And something important to note is that posts appear here in chronological order, so according to the date that they were published. Whenever you publish a new post, it will always appear in the beginning, so it will be the first post that appears on the list. And this is actually also a special element that is found in the pages editor. It's called blog post listing. So when you put it on a page, it will show the posts automatically. And here we have many options. Like for example, we can choose the categories that we want to show on the page. For instance, I can choose to show only category 2. And now if I check the page again, we'll see only the post for the second category. We also have an interesting element here, which is the latest blog post element. And when you add this element, it will only show the last post that you published. Now let's go back to our page list. In order for these pages to be shown across your blog, you would use the menu found in the blog layout. So let's click on blog layout here, and this is where you would write your page names and link each one. So for example, here the home item redirects to the home page, the articles item redirects to the post list page, and so on. Now let's talk about posts. We can create posts here, and we just click on post, and we'll see the list of all of our posts. And to create a new one, you just need to click on create, and here you would just have to fill out this form. So starting with a title, then a short description of your post, and here you can customize the link to your post. And if you wanted to add an image to your post, then you would do that here as well. This image would show on pages with list of posts. Then you can choose the category for the post. You can choose one or two categories or all of them. And finally, just click on save. Now that the posts have been created, you can see we have the categories here, but the status is inactive. So it's not a green check mark yet because it has not been published. So if we go to our post list page, we wouldn't be able to see the post there either. In order to change the status to active and see it in our post list page, you would just go to the post 3-dot menu right here and click on activate and confirm. Now, if we check the post list page again, we would see the post there. So here it is, the post example. The description we wrote was test post, and we didn't add an image, so that's why there's no image here. But if we added an image, then it would appear here. Now let's go back and check the categories. When you click on categories, you will see the list of all of the categories that you've created, and you can add a new category from here. So we just write the name of the category. For example, let's write category 4. Let's add a description. And there's also a space for an SEO title and SEO description. And this information is necessary for search engines to show your content the most accurate way possible. This is what's known as metadata and is often what's used for search results. But if you don't fill it out, then the regular title and description will be used. Then you just have to click on save and the category will be created here. Once you create a category, you can create new posts in the post list and add it to the new one or to all of them if it's relevant to more than one. You can also add categories to a post even after it's created. You would just go to the settings of that post, so the three-dot menu, click on settings and add the categories here. Now let's continue with the other buttons that we find here. So we already talked about the blog layout button. So right next to it, we have the view blog button. And here you would click on it if you wanted to see your blog's homepage. That's where you will be redirected. We also have the blog settings button. You will use it if you want to change your blog's name, domain, language, and URL path for your homepage. And remember we showed you how to link to external pages with the blog layout menu? Let's see how that would look like by creating an item that redirects to one of our funnel pages. So we go to the menu, and then we add a new item. For example, let's call it offers. And then here you would choose custom URL. Then we would just have to go to get the link for the page that we wanted to use. For example, we're using a page from one of our funnels. So we go to that page, click on the link, and then go back to the blog layout and add the link there. Now, whenever someone clicks on that item, they will be redirected to the page in my funnel where I have my offers in this case. So your blog really acts as a regular website. If you didn't actually want to write a blog post, you could use it as your main website for your products and services. Now let's review the options we have in our blog list. These three-dot menus are very similar across our different features. So the first option is view, and this takes you to your blog's homepage. Then we have duplicate, which creates a new copy of your blog. We can also share the blog. So just like with funnels, you will get a share link that you will be able to send to other Systemeio users, and they will get an exact copy of your blog in their account. And it also serves as an affiliate link. We also have the settings button, and that's where you can change your blog's name, domain, homepage link, and language. And finally, we have the remove button. In case you no longer need the blog or just want to delete it, just click here and it will be permanently removed.